Let's take your time. You know what we do. What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Rundown, a show where we, much like a book club, where we deep dive into film and TV. I'm going to say that in the intro from now on, so people who, when they first click on it, they know we're like a book club. I'm going to change my intro around for the 15,000th time. Welcome to the show. For all our regulars, thank you for being here. Apologies we're late. You know who it is again. I don't even think I need to say it is.
Edited 140 pictures.
Oh, we're going to fight today. Before we get into it, this was going to be Arcane season 7, 8, and 9, but somebody thinks we need to dedicate 5 hours to one episode. So we're going to dedicate probably multiple hours to episode 7, which doesn't even have the conclusion, but that's okay. Episode 7 with 15,000 pictures. Strap in. Anthony, are you ready?
Dude, no, I'm not ready. I'm not made for doing these pictures, dude. I'm so glad we have often usually, but I was doing these pictures just by hand, making pictures.
Drawing them by hand.
I have like 140 pictures just of episode 7. I would like to go through 7, 8, 9, so maybe we can just scroll very quickly. I don't know. Yeah, but maybe we'll just maybe we'll be stuck at 7.
Yeah, well, we'll see because
Thanks,
yeah, he's got the old Transformers hat, rocking it. You need an Arcane hat. Represent, bro.
I do.
Represent.
Yeah, so I bought an Echo statue, but it was broken. The blade was broken, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Statues, man, too unreliable.
Yeah, they are.
That was gone broken. Well, I finally watched, just so everybody knows, I watched all 3 episodes. I watched them on a TV.
Without rowing?
Without rowing, even though I concentrate, I think, better while I'm rowing because I can't move anywhere or go anywhere. I'm just locked in on the screen. But
so what do you do when you're on the TV then?
I sit there. Yeah. You know, I might get up and get a drink. You know, Mila might jump around.
Sacrilege.
Well, I could be eating a snack, raw beef off the bone. You know how to
do my nails.
Be cutting my nails. Yeah, like
okay. So you think you were concentrating better when you were rowing?
I concentrate all the time. You guys are just overreacting with this show 1,000%.
But you're not concentrating, dude.
I'm definitely concentrating. There's a difference between concentrating and remembering. Okay?
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
Yes! That's exactly what you say.
See?
I forget things almost instantly. It runs in my family.
See? Shout out to Offen and Lokage.
And Lokage. Yeah.
Lokage. I feel like you need a samurai blade, Lokage. Anyway, we are a book club, essentially. So I think Anthony set a new precedent. Each project we do now, we're going to do 1,000 pictures and go step by step, second by second of every episode.
Yeah, so I didn't want to do it that way, but I didn't have the time to select it. I already spent too much time.
You spent more time adding more pictures. You had time to do, I don't know how many shows I could have done in the time that you did this one show.
Probably
140 pictures.
But the fact that you compare it to the regular shows, it just shows no effort, dude. It shows no effort. So I kind of figured out. I kind of figured out what the problem is with you not registering Arcane.
Yeah, I want to know why is the story so much better than any other story?
Okay, so this is the problem.
Okay.
When you go, ultimately, when you go watch series or movies, the entertainment value is the most. Eventually, it's the most important, right? So if this is less entertaining or more entertaining. That's the most important. But things can be entertaining for a couple of reasons. So you have
Mhm.
movies and contents that are for more story based or more plot
Mhm.
based. And I think you were
Mhm.
talking about a plot last time. You kind of missed the plot. A plot is like
Okay.
there's an end game and you need to reach it, and there's a problem and you solve the problem. Then there's another end game, you need to reach it,
Mhm.
you solve it. That's the plot. Then you have the
Mhm.
story, but this is just character driven.
Mhm.
And I think that's why this is different than most other content. I think The Last of Us did it very well. It was also character
Mhm.
driven. But this is not
Mhm.
story driven, it's character driven, which makes all the difference, I think. And I think you were looking
Mhm.
for more of a story driven type of content or even plot driven.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's I would honestly say it's like Yellowstone. Yellowstone is not plot driven; it's
Mhm.
character driven.
Yeah.
But it also hasn't. But it has both. You have the characters, but the overall theme is always there.
Yeah. So, and why we were saying that you were missing most of Arcane is because,
But what am I
um,
missing? I'm watching the characters. I've watched them go through their
yeah. So
journey.
I think the thing you're missing is this is mostly written, and I think a cool watch for you would be there's like this YouTube video called "How We Wrote Arcane,"
Mhm.
and it talks about actually the process of writing Arcane, which is a bit,
Mhm.
I dare I say, deeper than most types of content because the writers were pretty new to writing, so they
Mhm.
thought, okay, we need to do this very well just at the get go, and they
Mhm.
had like a plot-driven script at first, and then they changed it up into being character driven because they thought the content that we like to watch is content where there's characters doing good things for bad reasons, doing bad things for
Mhm.
good reasons,
Mhm.
and just focusing on their dreams, their wishes, and their fears. And we write the characters to always be driven to making hard or impossible choices,
Mhm.
choices you should or could relate to as a viewer. And I think they did that really well. So if you caught on to that, then you were focused, and then you got Arcane, and maybe you liked it less. I
Well,
think you were,
I I
yeah.
think I do see the character. I get the character driven part, but just because it's character driven doesn't mean it's enthralling and entertaining.
No, true, true.
Just because it's
That's what I started with. It being
yeah,
entertaining is the most important, of course. And if you're looking
yeah,
for
you've got to
something
be
else,
invested
yeah,
in the characters, right? If it's
yeah,
character driven, you have to be invested in the characters.
yeah. So that's
Um,
why I thought that you really needed to. I think you need episode 1 and 3 to be invested in the characters. If you just pick it up or
mm,
focus more from 4, 5, 6, I think you'll lose stakes because you're less invested in the characters, and I think it thrives just on the characters or mostly on the characters.
but he's also I get that, but he's also a counterpoint to that. In order to be invested in the characters, you've got to make me want to be invested. Just because you tell a slow, drawn out character building bit, it still needs to be entertaining and grab you in. You can sit there and have characters talk all day, but if I don't give a shit about what they're talking about, I'm not going to get pulled in.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? That you did care
Well,
less about the characters?
well, I know I do. See, the thing is, I do care about the characters, but I don't like. You guys are like on another level of care, and I think that's because you played the game. Like
No,
it
no,
has
no.
to be
Because
because you played the
often
game.
didn't play the game before Arcane. He just played the game because of Arcane.
Okay, so he watched it before he played.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but I also don't
Anyway,
think he's on the craziness level that you are.
no, probably
You're
not.
like you're stalker crazy level. Like you're a
Always
freaking
have been.
stalker. You're stalker
It's the
crazy
same.
level
Like
for this
I used the
for
comparison with
this show.
Moonlight last time, right? It's the
Hmm.
same with not. You shouldn't watch Moon Knight as like a regular Marvel movie,
Hmm.
because it's about the figuring stuff out and being like
That's
an
right.
unreliable narrator, right? And if you miss
Yeah.
that, you miss the heart of the story. It's
Yes.
the same with Arcane. So I don't really care if you like Arcane or not. I just
Mm.
really care if we can do the book club as an actual book
Mm.
club.
Yes, let's do it then. But then let's do it for everything.
I don't think every content lends itself for that.
You don't think so?
No. I think a lot of content we do is story or plot driven.
Okay. Well, that's the difference, I guess, between shows and movies, because movies don't have the time to drag out the
they're less
story.
time. True.
They have less time, which makes it harder, which you could say if they pull it off as more of a feat than having more time to have longer conversations. That's
Yeah,
how
to
I
be
feel about June, because I feel like you've missed everything in June because you don't miss all the little snippets of things that come back from the first and the second moments when he had visions. I'm like, you didn't pay attention to any of that because you missed all of that. And you say it's not entertaining, but you just missed all the things that I think are entertaining.
Yeah,
Because you weren't invested in it.
Yeah, I think I was less entertained by June. I think I didn't miss the things that came back, but those weren't that deep for me.
But no, I can just say you just weren't invested and didn't pay attention, because I did, and I got it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it
I think
didn't
it's
grab
fine.
you like I think you're wrong.
I know. Maybe let's just start, because I'm just dreading doing 140 pictures, and I just want to breeze through them. But I don't know if I can, dude.
Do it. I can't see it on the stream. Lakagi's weighing in. We view shows like the CIA looks at crime.
I think
Elaborate,
we do.
please.
I think we do. Is it watchable?
Okay, wait. Let me, and then
do it this way.
There we go. No,
Cool.
No, please. All right, episode 7. So I'll have to change the title of the show and everything if we don't get into the next episodes.
Yeah, let's see, dude. If we can breeze through all 3, that would be good.
Well, I was looking forward to talking about the finale, but
oh, dude, let's just start. Okay, so what do you think of the beginning?
what's this picture? Remind me.
Play Dory again.
I forget things almost instantly. It runs in my family.
Okay, so this episode is called The Boy Savior. Do you know where we ended at episode 6?
Oh shit, episode 6. No, I can't remember.
This is going to be
I'm working on 5 hours sleep, okay?
True. And I respect you for that. Okay, so we're introduced to Echo. Echo, this is what the title refers to, The Boy Savior.
Yes.
Yes. And this was
a young boy that they were friends with, who's now older, who's part of the guys who ride the snowboards.
And he was called Little Man at the time. Now he's called Echo. And this is the mini music video scene, and it has a very cool drawing style, which kind of takes you on from the get-go, because it's just weird, and they kind of pull it off well.
That's right. They're captured. They got captured at the end. She got knocked out again. And then got captured
again. Men of season 3.
Gonna love that.
So we see Vi and Caitlin being tied up. Caitlin says, it's your fault because you're only here for your sister. And you didn't tell us that Jinx was your sister. And Vi says, you're only here for the Hextech gem. And Caitlin's kind of bummed that she found out about the gem. And then you get like this little scene where we see what Caitlin and Vi see through the, what's it called? Like the bag over their heads?
Yeah, we definitely didn't need this picture, but that's okay.
I just thought it was a cool picture. Look, it's a cool picture. And we see Echo.
I tease. Echo, he looks cool.
You can tease for 130 times, dude. There's that.
Oh shit! Yeah, I want to start burning some people. I'm always getting burned. I'm burning you guys.
Yeah, burn, dude.
Bring it on.
Burn, dude. Okay, so you get to see Echo, all grown up, and he took Vi apart first, and he blames her for leaving because Vi's like she was kind of like the little vendor, but she left them all. She didn't want to, but he still blames her. And he actually thought she was dead.
Just on that, right? Why did nobody look for her? Let's just not look for her. She was right there. We're not going to look where she went. They're just going to forget about. If you care about someone, would you not look to see if they've been taken, if anything's happened? Everyone just, who runs off out of an alleyway and then no
So
one looks for them ever.
imagine a
vanish.
civil war. Imagine a civil war. People being afraid for their lives.
If it was your loved one, you would do whatever you could do. I know I would.
Well, let's see. Okay, so we get over to Victor. Victor visits the doctor, and you already got to know the doctor because of Victor's backstory when he was young. And Victor told Jace, maybe I know someone who can help us. So he goes here, and you see the doctor tinkering with the Chemtech and with the Shimmer variants. And the doctor says, this might help you with your disease because Victor's disease is progressive, but it has a few drawbacks. But Victor will take it anyway. And this is like a variant of Shimmer, so it's not the Let's Go Hulk Coke-ish version
Like
of
what
Shimmer.
Vi had, right, when she got healed, that
Yeah,
version.
yeah, it's something like that. Then we go back to Jace and Mel. Do you remember? Do you remember what Jace's troubles over here?
This was didn't he find out about something? I can't remember. Anthony better be ordering these figures.
Yeah, so
of course he will. Of course he will, Bob. What's up, Bob?
Yo, well, welcome. So
He's got he's already got them coming. He already has
Jace
them.
kind of he kind of betrayed. No, not kind of. He really betrayed Heimerdinger. He voted
Oh,
on
yeah,
all
yeah.
of the council
After the
to go
council.
through with Hextech. Yeah, and he's kind of struggling with that because Heimerdinger brought him up. And Jace feels the responsibility of protecting the city now, but it's kind of a problem now. The Hextech gem is gone because Jinx got it, and now that kind of makes the threat bigger because they might be able to do something with the Hextech gem.
That's right. I remember that now.
Yeah, and I thought this picture was funny because it actually shows Mel from the dark lurking.
Creeping.
Don't lose your nuts. Then we go back to Jinx, and you see Jinx having a mental breakdown because Jinx also thought that Vi was dead, and now because she's paranoid as hell, and people lying or people not telling the truth or her finding things out triggers her. So you see Rabbit over here. I don't know what his name is, but I call him Mr. Rabbit, and Jinx is free. And I thought it was a cool picture, so I put it in there as well. And this was a cool picture as well, so I put it in there as
well. That's a cool shot. I do like that one.
Thanks, dude. I'm trying to make you proud.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
What do we got here? I hope they make Queen Ambessa Madara. They could recycle She-Hulk body. She's huge.
Yeah, I think she's broader than She-Hulk and shorter, I think.
Jace is doing what Anakin wanted to do. Vote Yoda off and be with the girl he likes. Jace he found a way to do it.
Dude. What are you saying, John?
I'm just saying he's right. He got it.
Yeah.
He did it. So there's a fly in here. I've got my fly spray. I'm ready to take this guy out.
Cool. Take the fly. Maybe it's a firelight.
He's harassing me.
This is Mr. Bunny. So the way they scratch the drawings over here is like Jinx hearing the voices, and sometimes you don't hear the voice, but you just see it on screen.
I
like
the animation.
Yeah. Okay, so Echo shows Vi Zong, which is like a cool versatile piece of the underground, of the trenches. And they just talk about what happened. People were afraid for their lives. And what's he saying? Dude, yeah. If we even get through it, dude. If we even get to 7 and 8 and 9. Yeah. So a lot of pictures I just took and I thought, damn, these are good. These are just cool slides. And I didn't want to delete them. It's not that I have a lot to talk about on every slide, but there are cool pictures anyway. So that's how you get like
Stalker.
140.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's how you get 100. That's stalker. That's how you get 140 pictures.
How
And
is
then
that
Vi brushed
stalker?
her hair this way, and then a bit of wind came and knocked this leaf up next to Vi, and that looked cool. Let's put that in.
Yeah. So what did you think of this?
I like that one. That's cool. The
Yeah, so why?
fallen, because that's all the people they lost in the Civil War.
Well, yeah, that's all the people they lost. But it's not only that. It kind of builds the culture of the trenches, of this part of the further part of Zon. So at first, they only show all the people they lost. It's like the people remembering and just living in harmony more and more. And then they focus in on Powder. Because this is actually how they want to remember Powder, not like the Jinx.
Yeah.
Jace protects the bridge, which is between the underworld and the upper world, so Zon and Piltover. And Marcus leads that. How do you call that? The blockade?
Yeah, I'd say blockade.
Yeah, it's a blockade. And apparently Marcus called Jace because Victor came from the doctor back to Piltover. And Jace says, this looks really bad on me because people from Zon are dangerous. Which kind of drifts Victor and Jace more apart because he's also from Zon, of course.
They're definitely like getting pushed apart because of how Jace is getting into power. I guess power corrupts or pushes the power. He doesn't know how to deal with it. I feel like.
Yeah, I think Jace. Maybe it's not even
corrupt.
power. I think it's more so that he feels the responsibility to protect Piltover instead of doing inventions together, which would mean a cure for Victor's disease.
Yeah, imagine turning so bad your friends consider you dead. That you do a death mural.
Rip Fi. So, apparently, these are the Chem Barons, which are like the mafia / drug lords who unite under Silco. So this is the underworld. And the guy in the middle, I don't know if I slide. Yeah. So the guy in the middle, he's living his best life.
He's an interesting looking character, that's for sure.
Yeah. With his jaw and his tattoos, and the clean looking jacket. And he's calling Silco weak. He's saying Silco should do a lot more because the problem is now that there's a barricade, they lose a lot of trade, they lose a lot of shimmer, business is going down, and Silco should go harder on Piltover. And this guy's kind of trying to take over.
He's the guy always. There's always someone coming for the king. Basically,
there's always
he's
someone.
That guy. He plays that part.
He's that guy.
I'm the guy. He's that guy.
And I like how here he still has the jacket, just looking shiny as hell.
Like you can tell he's a drug dealer.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, they all are, right?
Yeah.
And then you see that Sevika is wearing a gas mask, but you don't know why, and you don't know why Silco isn't wearing a gas mask. Then the canister drops, the gas starts to hiss, and people are having problems breathing. And that guy loses his jacket, lies on the floor, almost choking. Everyone's handed a gas mask already. Silco just takes one breath and gives the guy a gas mask, and then that's it. It's kind of like a warning. Just remember who made this song, and remember who's calling the shots.
He's like, it's showing that he steps ahead. He's playing chess. Yeah. He's always steps ahead. He's prepared. He's still the king. What's up, Brands?
Yo, do we have a Hogboy clip?
Oh shit. Okay, this is the new version. Hopefully it's not too loud. How is that for your ears?
Good.
Better volume?
It's good.
That's going to get used a lot. I apologize.
Dude, I thought you were going to use no a lot.
I need two more. I'll find time. I'll find a way.
Yeah. Okay. So we head back to Mel.
Mhm.
And Mel receives a letter with the Stein. So this is like the crest from her family. So it's probably from Mbessa, her mother.
Mama's coming. Mama's
Mama's
coming.
coming. Predator extraordinaire.
He has cool skin, but zero skill. Oh, that the drug dealer guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that guy.
That guy.
Jinx is upset with everyone. She's upset with Silco because she knows that Silco found out that Vi was alive. But because she's paranoid as hell, she doesn't know if Silco knew all along or if indeed she found out later.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Their relationship is tragic.
Yeah. And this is back in Zon. Caitlin is set free already, and now they're trying to argue what to do, especially with the Hextech Gem. Because this is what the war is all about. Piltover is afraid that Zon is going to do, make technology with the Hextech Gem. And these guys think, well, maybe we can do something good with this or make weapons with it.
Then she convinces them that she wants to take it to Jace.
Yeah, they're going to take it, but Echo says, but I'll be the one to give it to them. Back in Piltover. So, oh wait, AJ, welcome.
AJ's in the house. Wait, this is what I can do when people come into the chat.
Cool.
That should be my. That can be what that's for. What's up,
Hope
AJ?
you're doing well. Good luck in the tournament, dude. Anyway, so Mel, Victor, and Jace look at the chomper, like the bomb that Jinx made, that Marcus gave them. Marcus got it from Silco, and Victor is saying this is a pretty advanced piece of equipment. If they can figure out this, we might be in trouble because they might be able to figure out something to do with the Hextech Gem as well.
Just a question here then. Everybody knows Jinx is bad. How do they not recognize that this is her equipment?
Well, they don't know it's Jinx because Marcus told them, because of Silco, that it's the Firelights. And they don't know who the Firelights are. They just
no. But what I'm saying is, everybody know Jinx is bad, right? So clearly, she's used this stuff before because that's what she does. It's her calling card. Yet nobody knows that that's her calling card.
Well, these guys don't know that it's Jinx yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How do they not know? How do they not know if she's
these guys just know what they because they get information from Marcus, and Marcus is corrupt.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know what I'm saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying though. Like she's supposed to be this evil bad guy. I'm assuming who uses bombs all the time. It's weird that they don't.
Yeah, but Jinx is not a known name for these three.
Okay.
Like Jinx for Zon, Jinx is a known name for the underworld, because she's like the Baba Yaga of the underworld. In the upper world, in Piltover, they just know that the underworld is bad. They just group together the underworld as being bad, and they just heard from Marcus that the Firelights made this bomb.
Okay, and that's the one that blew up Caitlin, right? That's the one that injured Caitlin.
I think this is the one that Marcus gave them. I don't know how. Silco gave it to Marcus, so
yeah, to say that it's the Firelights, right? Yeah, okay.
Back in the lab, Victor goes to the Hextech core, and you can already see the Hextech core changing. Victor's blood was inserted in it, or it dropped into it, and it became more aggressive since then. In lab is also the shimmer variant that the doctor gave to Victor, and he kind of needs it to defeat his illness. And you can also see him carve runes into his what do you call it? Like a harness?
Like he's the thing on his leg, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
So now he has the runes because he's been researching runes. He has the Hextech core, and he has the shimmer, which is kind of a bad combination. Now,
yeah, I quite like his character. I'm interested to see where his character goes. further,
Yeah.
especially.
So Vi and Caitlin and Echo are going to Piltover to hand over the Hextech gem. And while going there, they see like an abundant amount of firelights.
Mhm.
This is like the bridge again from Piltover to Zone.
Yeah,
and
they're
so on.
coming from the underworld. They need to get across, but it's blocked
Yeah.
off now because
This is
they
like the
didn't
only
do that.
connection between the underworld and Piltover. And unbeknownst to them, Jinx is following or seeing the events.
Mm.
I thought it was a cool picture.
That's a cool shot. Yeah, I like that. I just think her character is awesome. She just looks awesome.
Yeah, so, and that's also pretty astonishing in my mind, because Jinx and Silco murder the hell out of everyone, and still she is like a character you can relate to, or maybe
Well,
feel for.
it's like you like a lot of, you get drawn to the tragic characters, don't you? Like, she's just more interesting.
Yeah,
I
so
find her
it's
more
not,
interesting.
I don't think it's only that she's a tragic character. I think you can also, because you've seen episode 1 to 3, I think because you know Powder, you can also like Jinx. You can still see a little child in her that just wants to be loved, was like the little sister, and now has a dad. But it's a complicated dad, and her hurt. I think her emotions are palpable.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen more with her and Silco, like their relation. I would have liked to have seen more of their relationship to add more weight to episode 9. I feel like they had some moments, but they didn't have a lot of moments of actually him caring. It's more like you get a feel of he is keeping her, and like everyone's complaining about her, but he keeps protecting her.
Yeah, were you still in doubt if you actually cared?
I wasn't by the end, but that's mainly because you guys also said that he cared about her, which helped me understand that he cared about her.
Okay, so back in Piltover, Mel, Victor, and Jace came to the conclusion that they needed to get the Hextech gem because it's getting too dangerous. So you see there like little drawing of Jace with a cape and a hammer, like the weapon he's going to use to
That's
get
cool.
the
His hammer's epic too.
Yeah.
He's Thor.
He's Thor. We get to Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger was booted from the council, and he's just strolling through Zon, and he's seeing everything that's happened to Zon, because Piltover was always very sheltered, and no one actually came into contact with the underworld. And Heimerdinger is just experiencing what it's like. So I couldn't get a great picture of this one, because sometimes when the action's pretty quick, they blur their things, and it was hard to get. But Victor,
I was watching the behind the scenes. They talk about that in the making of the different animation style that they use, like 25 frames a second versus 60 frames, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they do for the action.
So he injected the shimmer, and the hex core is reacting to it. So the purple veins kind of symbolize the shimmer, and the other blue stuff is the hex core reacting. So Victor tries to interact with the hex core and just grab it, and then the blood is immediately drawn into it.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Back to the bridge, where we are over at the crossing point near Piltover and Zon. Caitlin and Vi, they hug each other. It's actually like a hug goodbye, because Vi is going to look for Powder or Jinx.
She can't leave her. I remember that. She doesn't want to leave her.
Yeah. She doesn't want to leave her, but she's going to go for Jinx anyway.
That's a good point, Lokaki.
Like Grogu.
They should have done him.
Yeah. As we've said, Jinx is following the events from atop the tower, and she sees Vi hug Caitlin, and immediately she's just pissed and feels betrayed.
I love those shots with the ghosts behind her like that. The way they do that is epic.
Yeah, I love that you've seen Milo and Clugger, and you know that that's them.
Yeah.
and they come instead of the voices.
Yeah.
And I love the
that's-
way this is like Milo with its eyes. And this is just
Mhm.
like it feels insane.
I feel like it conveys her getting angrier,
Yeah.
like more upset. It's like she's watching, and then the image is like a way of expressing her getting more angry.
Yeah, I don't think it's only angrier. I think it's like people hearing voices, and the voices they get louder and louder and more. The voices get angrier.
Overwhelming in a way, I guess.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
getting overwhelmed.
So this is Jinx spying,
Hmm.
Jinx with Milo, Jinx with Milo, and then they get caught by Marcus. And Marcus should be like peacekeeper and head of the enforcers.
Mm.
But of course, we know that he's bought by Silco, so he's going to stop them, whatever cost. And when we go through the episodes, he progressively doesn't want to be like a slave for Silco anymore. But as we know, he's threatened his daughter. So what you going to do? This is Caitlin and Echo. Marcus and Jinx. So this all comes together now.
To the battle.
Marcus shoots Caitlin because he just wants he doesn't want them to return because he doesn't want them to tell the truth about who is behind everything. So that's why Caitlin's threatened. Then we see all the firelights come, and we still don't really know why the firelights come. We just know there's a lot. And then
That was
when you
epic.
get like the close up with Marcus, you see that it's not like a regular firelight. It's like a mechanical firelight.
Which
So
was
then,
pretty
you know,
cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
And then you have the big explosion.
I love that shot that they zoom out to show you like fireworks going off in a way,
Yeah.
or more blowing up.
Yeah.
That was sick. That was sick.
This is sick. Well,
Yeah.
not sick.
Poor Marcus.
Not good. Not
Jesus
good. Poor
Christ.
Marcus.
Guys, Anthony is dangerous. I tell you what, he loves death scenes.
Okay, let's go. And Jinx picks up the Hex Gem case. So I thought this was interesting because Jinx sees Caitlin and Vi. Vi is holding up Caitlin because she's shot. And in Jinx's mind, this is what she sees.
I
She
love
sees
that.
like
That was cool.
Caitlin as a devil.
Taking
because
her
Caitlin-
sister away.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then in comes the boy savior.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah. I couldn't
Let's
believe
see.
this one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was very worthy.
Yeah. So then you get like, you know how we got like a different animation style in the beginning? Now we get a different animation style again. Echo comes on his hoverboard, on his Marty McFly hoverboard, to get Jinx. And we already know that that's an accurate image of Caitlin.
Interesting. Oh. Is there more to learn about her, or
Dude. So after this, you get like a fight scene which switches back to Echo and Jinx being like grown
kids
up
again?
and then kids again, shooting like paint shooters and playing around, just playing make believe.
That reminded me of something. That reminded me of what was it? Okay, freaking hell, I can't remember. God damn it! It reminds me of another movie or show I've seen where it shows.
Oh wait,
depicts these kids, right?
Is it like with the Japanese with the Yakuza?
Maybe. And like it's to hide the violence. It also reminds me of The Boys, the Academy one, not the main one, where the guy it's Muppets and he's ripping everybody apart. But he's ripping Muppets apart.
Yeah. But the first thing you said, I remember, but I don't know what it is. I think we need to play Nemo again.
Yeah.
I suffer from short-term memory loss.
That's exactly what you say.
And
What an absolute gazelle.
I remember
I
I
was happy.
liked it though, this show, but I don't know which one it was.
Yeah, it's been. I've seen it before, but I loved how they did that because of the history of the characters. That was done really well, and I often would love that.
Yeah, and then we get to Echo trying to hit Jinx again. I don't remember.
You've
which
blitzed through this
episode.
episode, bro. You've blitzed through it. This is
Dude,
near the
come on.
end, right?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, because this is when Jinx gets blown. This
He
is
gets jacked.
the next episode already.
And Marcus. Okay, so we just, geez, you're moving so fast. Marcus gets blown up, and he goes, "Tell my daughter," and then he dies. He was a bit of a waste. Like he had this conflict, and then he just dies anyway. What a waste of a character.
Yeah, he's a throwaway
What a
character.
waste. You throw away.
He's like the Buck, Deadpool's Buck, but then
Yeah, he had like he just succumbed to being bad because he didn't have the balls to stand up and take Silco down, and then he just died.
he died.
Where's Anthony?
Hello.
Is he in the hex?
In the X, dude.
Anthony, I'm like Jinx, and Anthony's like the voices in my head coming onto the screen for you guys.
Okay, so the problem is I didn't have time to edit 8 and 9. So I was later because I was editing 7. Now it's unknown territory. It would have been great in X-Force.
He would have.
It was.
How
So,
are they going to do the Aussie like that?
sorry?
Okay, because I think he's an Aussie. He does his voice. Why are they going to do him like that? They could have given him more to do.
We're going to do episode 8.
That's the end of it. See, you blitz through it. Blitz. Let's do it.
That's pretty quick. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's get to it. Come on.
So, these are unedited, so you might see like different things from the room in it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
We'll be all right.
this is young Mel, and young Mel
Mhm.
remembers having a conversation with her mom, and the
Mhm.
conversation is about how important power is, and that you might need to kill one in order,
Look at those
to-
shoulders.
to protect the rest. And this is ingrained in Mel because they live in Noxus over here, where Mel is at the
Mhm.
time. And Noxus is all about power. So the ones who govern Noxus are just the ones who are most powerful. And if someone is more powerful, they get to rule Noxus, basically. So it's just dog
Yeah.
eat dog over there. And Ambessa really fits Noxus. Mel and her brother, not so much.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
There
So,
we go.
We get to
Oh,
Silk
before we
of
move
Energy.
on, can I just say I like how they throughout the first season show backstories of each character. I actually
Yeah.
really love how they do that.
Yeah.
You get backstory for Victor, you get backstory for the main character like Jinx and Vi, you get backstory for her now, backstory for Jace. I love how they did that.
Yeah, so that's why I said that most characters are just written as if they're like the main character, because you could see every character like the main character except for Marcus. He's not the main character.
Yeah, Paul Marcus. Yeah,
Poor
even
Marcus.
Silco gets a bit of a history, which was good.
So this is like the casualties on the bridge.
Mhm.
Silco carrying Jinx off, and then Caitlyn finding out that the canister that had
that.
the Hextech gems actually empty.
Mm. She I love when Jinx took it. I knew that she would take the Hextech out. Like I was like, she's taking it. She's not going to let Caitlyn get away with it. I actually called that when I was watching it. Pretty proud of
Damn.
myself. Pat myself on the back. Of course, she would take it. She wouldn't just give it back to them. She's a menace.
True.
Paint the town blue vibes.
Paint the
Thanks.
town blue. Okay, so Jace is on the bridge, and this is like his first encounter with this many casualties. Do people actually throw up when they see dead people? Yeah, they do. Back when I was at CSI, there was like cops who saw dead people for the first time. They just threw up. Then this Marcus
Evokes that out. Hey, that's
unusual.
cool. It also shows it does a good job of showing that Jace is new to all of this. You know what I mean? Like it shows that this is not his world. Violence is not his thing. It's
and to be fair, that goes for everyone in the council, because they sit there at the tables just deciding what happens, and they don't have to see all the violence.
Yeah, they never have to suffer the consequences. I like that. There's subtle things like that, which is really good with the storytelling, I thought.
And I think in a later episode they call it the mind hides behind the body. They just don't have to see what happens, and they can decide whatever. Because this goes for Mel and for Jace, because Mel has been confronted with violence a lot, but she's still shocked at it being nil already.
I still don't see her as bad yet. You guys keep telling me she's bad. I know. Look, she looks angry.
I'm not
there.
saying she's,
Of
I'm not
course, you have to
saying
bring
she's
that. Yeah, I don't
It's
think
not-
she's bad.
So it's not about bad characters and good characters. It's like I said, it's people doing good things for bad reasons and doing bad things for good reasons. So it's not as black and white. So
Then they sink into her house, right? This is
yeah.
They're in
So
the city
Vi
now.
still thinks this is like a council friend, but where are we? And then she finds out that it's actually Kate's home because they get stormed by Kate's mom, pointing a gun at Vi. But then the dad comes in. So this needs to
Add to the
this
rescue.
should warm your heart, right? It's like the dad being like the warm
Yeah.
side of the family.
Yeah, the good dad.
Yeah.
The mum's mean. The dad's cool.
Well, she's a council member. She's an official.
Yeah.
But Dad knows. Dad knows.
Yeah.
And actually, Dad seems to be a doctor because he can stitch Caitlin up. And I don't know if Dad convinces Mom, but Mom decides that Caitlin should have a say at the council.
I think they all kind of convince her, right? Because they want to have to they pitch that they need to get this done to her. I think that's what sways her mind.
Yeah, but Mom's pretty rigid for a long time. And then Dad swoops in, and all of a sudden, Mom is like, okay, you can pitch it.
He just had to alpha it. He's like, look, woman.
Because
That's how
for
I
now,
feel
they
about it.
still think it's like the Firelights who are doing things. And these are the ones who only know that it's actually Jinx.
Naughty Jinx.
So
That's
Jinx was
right.
blown up. She's near death. And Silco brings her to the doctor to revive her again. And the doctor is going to assure Silco that it's going to be a grueling process, and if it's ready for it. And Silco desperately needs Jinx to live. And here
I
swoops
like
in
this.
the doctor. Here swoops in the doctor.
Oh, that's a Skeen and Andor. That's Skeen and Andor, bro. Yeah, I don't know why I just had to chuck that in there.
Yeah. Cut
I
to
need Skeen.
Ambessa arriving. So Mel doesn't want her mom anymore because she knows her mom is just here to get the hex stack because mom just wants power.
Yeah, she just wants I feel like Mel feels war when her mum's around, like things are gonna go bad.
Yeah. So at first, when we Body Bro husband of Arcane.
So true.
So at first, when
true.
we see Mel, she just wanted to be a true Medarda and prove herself to her mom. And this is where things just change, and she kind of decides that she doesn't want to go that route. But mom wants to convince her.
Freaking hell, mum is jacked, bro. What is she on? Seriously, what is she on?
Dude, I like this with Piltover
Yeah.
boy coming. He's like the anchor boy of Piltover, being innocent as hell. And then mom thinks, okay, I'm going to get this one. She's like the
Jesus.
ultimate predator, dude.
She is a predator. That even shows, just by having that scene, shows how much of a predator she is. Like,
Yeah.
she's an alpha.
And they do it
straight
in
up
every
elf.
scene. It doesn't matter if she's lying in a bathtub or holding a glass.
Yeah.
They always make her seem like the
Dominating. She's actually very
ultimate
dominating.
alpha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So back at Caitlin's place, Vi's talking about how she misses Powder, and she used to lie in the bed together with Powder.
Mhm.
Just not acknowledging Jinx. Struggling with that.
Mm.
Okay, so Jinx is injected with a form of shimmer just to resurrect her. But it's like a form that will stay inside of her body. And while she's there, it's like the shimmer Bacta tank. So it's flashbacks, but not in a good way.
Yeah.
So this is what she sees. She sees Vi backstabbing her. And this is like the shimmer. I think I have like a picture of this.
Yeah, I
And
liked
it's
all
Vi
these scenes. This is
shooting and Kate. And she's all roided out because of the shimmer.
funny. So what's the after effects of that? Like, does that mean she's going to be like, you know,
Yeah, so
is
it
there?
stays
Do we
inside
see that later on?
You'll see it. You'll see it. You have seen it already.
Yeah, okay.
But it stays inside the system. This is also one of the flashbacks. This is actually a doctor injecting some more shimmer, but she sees it as Caitlin because Caitlin is the big evil in her eyes.
Yes, which is very
Now,
cool.
we see Heimerdinger venturing through Zon. So he sees violence. He sees poor people being destructed by shimmer. So this is like the addictive form of shimmer. But he also sees kindness in this little girl right before his mom or her mom tells him to stay away.
It's actually really like I love that he got kicked out of the council and that led him to go on this journey because it's like you get them to the upper classes seeing how the lower class lives, which will change obviously in the future is going to make him come back and try and make change. So they set it up nicely.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think he's going to do, whether they do that or not.
So he decides to go from Zon back to Piltover, and then he meets Echo because Echo has been hurt, his knee's busted, and they get to talking because of his hoverboard. Because Heimer is an engineer, and he sees the hoverboard, and he's amazed by how brilliant the hoverboard is made. And there we see Alpha Predator #1, Ambessa.
He's a beast, bro. Legs spread wide open. Like, come on. Freaking savage.
Yeah. She's telling Jace, okay, so you're not that experienced. I have experience. So you need to do something or you'll be devoured alive.
Yeah.
Now, the next day, Caitlin and Vi get to speak to the council because her mom is one of the council members, shown on the left.
Look at Caitlin's waist compared to Vi's waist. Like
compared to Vi's shoulders.
Yeah.
So they get to talk to the council and explain that Jinx and Silco are behind this all. And the council, they know Silco, but they know Silco as a business partner from them. Pika chat for a second. Anyway, so the council all profits from Silco because of trades. So they don't really want to believe that Silco's behind it because it hurts their income. And then you see like the firelight on the right, and you see the chomper on the left, and Jace explains that this is all Jinx doing, which Vi would know because she recognizes Jinx's work.
The colors, all the colors and everything as well.
Yeah. And this was a cool scene because they asked him to tell more, and Caitlin she doesn't want to because she wants to protect Vi from telling the council that Jinx is her sister. And then Vi holds her hand in saying like, no, it's okay. I'll tell them. It's Jinx. Jinx is my sister, and I know her. She's ruthless. She hates all of you, and you can't negotiate with Silco and Jinx. It's not possible. So we'll need the violence. We'll need the Hextech. Title of this episode is Oil and Water, and this is like the classic Romeo and Juliet part. The council just whisks them off, and Vi is disappointed, and she attributes it to, how do you call it? Upper world, underworld. Not mixing.
Oil and water, yeah. It's like they want to be together, but they can't be together.
Yeah.
type of
You're so
thing.
privileged. Go back to your privileged house. You see Victor, and Victor is letting go of his cane, and you see his new shining foot. And I think I have like a couple of these because I didn't know which one to choose. And then you see Victor bolting off. So the combination
So he's
of
got it like Jinx has it, right? We'll just be in him forever. Because I feel like he's got that in him now. Is that like what Jinx has? So he doesn't need to keep
No, this
drinking?
is like
'Cause I feel like he has to keep drinking.
this is like the one that Vi got, kind of, but he got it a lot more often. But he also combined it with runes, and he combined it with him being attached to the Hextech core. So this is the Hextech core, and you see it's changed again.
Yeah.
Then he finds out this was the last bit of shimmer, because you just need to keep taking it to combat the disease, and it's empty now. So he gets more and more desperate. Then, while he's getting desperate, do you know who she is?
Yeah, she's the assistant. She's like the
Yeah. So this is Sky. Do you remember when
Yeah.
Victor was small? There was the little girl on the rocks. That was
Yes,
Sky.
yes, that's
that's
her.
her.
Okay.
And she's secretly in love with
Boom.
Victor.
I knew that. It was a test. You passed.
Cool. Got it.
You passed.
Dude, you have a
passed the
video. Got it.
test.
I knew that one.
I'm too slow.
Anyway,
Yeah, I got it.
Sky is in love with Victor, but she also has some cool theories and notes that could progress his work, but she's a bit too shy. Sky is a bit too shy to give it to Victor. You can see the hex core changing already. It's become more and more aggressive as well. And this is like the combination of what Victor's been doing. So it's his blood, it's the runes, it's the shimmer, and it's the Hextech in one picture.
Which, do you think any of that would have been happening? I don't think any of that would have happened. That's a consequence of Jace going down the path he's gone on. You know what I mean? Like,
I think because Jace, so Jace wanted, his goal at first was creating more with Hextech for the people to bring good, and it's also to improve the health of everyone, including Victor. But he's going away from that goal because he feels the responsibility of protecting the people of Zan, of Piltover. So he's become more and more of a politician and a council member, and less a friend, and less a partner in
less of a creator.
Stuff.
Like,
yeah,
right,
less of a creator.
It's like he doesn't really do anything like that. It's kind of interesting that he's gone that way, because it just shows how quickly, I don't know, it's like, what made him decide that he's so invested in becoming a leader of everybody now when he was a creator before it?
Yeah, so this is the thing that makes it good. So he has one pillar that is being an inventor, being a friend to Victor, and wanting to create stuff for the people. But because he created the Hextech Gates, and Hextech Gates were like a threat to Piltover, and because he created the Hextech Gem, which also has become a threat to Piltover, he feels more and more obliged to become the protector of Piltover.
Which takes him away from.
This is like his hard choice. I'm put in this position to protect everyone, and it's my fault that this danger is become upon Piltover. And he also loves Mel. So there's that.
Yeah, there's also that.
Yeah. So you see Victor going to the Hextech
Runes
core
all over him.
Yeah, so he kind of knows that the Hextech core might be something that could help him now that his shimmer is gone and the bridge is closed. So this is like a Hail Mary for him. Then they connect, and Sky tries to save him, or at least she thinks she's going to save him. But instead of saving, she just dissipates just like the plant did.
So she gets Infinity Ward. What? But why does she vanish and he doesn't?
Yeah, you
Because
know he's connected to
absorbing
the
the
Hextech
power.
core, right?
Yeah,
So him and the Hextech core are connected because his blood
of his
was
blood. Okay,
yeah.
yeah, because of his blood. I get you.
And I also think that he's more compatible. So if her blood would have dripped on it, I don't think it would have worked. I think it did work because he grew up in the toxic gases of Zon, and he was around those shimmer plants a lot. So I think that helped. And then you get like a big explosion. And Mel's
She
Mel's
wasn't.
dust.
She wasn't on the great candidate. She was.
Vanisher. She's Vanisher too.
Her clothes vanish, but her glasses don't.
Only her glasses don't. Which kind of makes
Interesting.
sense if you burn stuff.
Maybe.
Because glass, look, the Hextech mostly dissolves organic stuff.
Hmm.
And you can also see it's changing. Because
Hmm.
it's growing nastier and nastier at the second.
It's definitely not looking pleasant. It's looking like it's gonna. He's gonna be a bad guy, isn't he? I know it. Something's gonna happen.
Is he?
Victor?
Is he though?
I don't know.
So this is Victor. You see some clothes over there, John?
Okay.
And you see sky dust. Sky dust.
Oh yeah.
And you see your notes.
Damn, she got dusted big time.
Dusted. Literally. Okay. We go back to Jace, who is from House Talis. So they are originally like hammer makers, weaponsmiths, and he's also an inventor, exploring the runes. So he's combining his both techniques, and here you see like the Hextech gem with the runes and him being in the forge. And he made a weapon. In comes Fi. So the council doesn't want to go after Silco. Vi really wants to go after Silco. Jace wants to go after Silco. So Vi says, I want to be in. And Jace shows her the Atlas Gauntlet. And it reminds her of Vander's Gauntlet. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Pretty epic.
Yeah, I made this one for Alphen because it's Vi's Alphen's favorite character.
Yeah, okay. Ah, that's why he got upset when I tasted it.
Did he get upset? Did he get upset?
I'm pretty sure I think I heard his tears through the message. I could see the tears in his attacks. Shout out to Alphen.
Yeah. So this is like a deal between Piltover's daughter,
They finally team up.
Zon's
We're
daughter,
waiting
and
for this.
Piltover's boy. Yeah. So now you see the completed hammer, which is also his weapon in the game. And it was Vi's idea to shut down Silco. And where does it hurt the most? It hurts the most at Shimmer Factory, because that's where he gets his money from. So that's what Jace is going to do.
I like how he still wears a suit into battle. He's still going in fly. He's going to be
and
fly
pole guns.
going in.
And a necktie.
yeah.
even.
That changes everything. Yeah, he's got some shoulder pads on a suit. Good job, Doug.
I think it's his battle necktie also. Okay, so the forces come along. And this is like the Shimmer Factory. You can see it's like a pretty big plan. And this one little dude gets away and he presses on the alarm. And after the alarm comes, you see all these Chemtech suits being alive with like zombie people inside of them. It sounds like. And they just come rushing to the plant that's in danger. And it's, once again, you talked about the animation being blurred. It was hard to get a good shot. I think this is the only one that's actually good, and the rest is just smoke.
The rest are, would you say the rest are
trash?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't get to check them because I did only some. Yeah,
there's some good shots.
Yeah, this is where you can see the guy
Reminds me of
inside
Bioshock.
and the shimmer just
Bioshock.
inside.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Jace finds himself once again on a bridge, being surrounded by the Chemtech armor. In comes Vi. And she just wallops everyone with her Atlas.
That's a
gauntlet.
cool shot. Cool pose.
Yeah, I think there are like a couple more, but so
That's a cool.
the team up.
I might steal that pose.
Cool. This was
Butler,
cool because I
best
thought
butler.
you could see the Atlas gauntlets on the hammer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fetch my battle cufflinks. I'm going to war.
He's suited. I didn't realize that the first time watching it. He's just wearing his bloody suit.
Yeah.
Suited up,
Because that's
suited
what
and
you do.
booted.
Yeah. So you see the Chemtech dudes, and there they go home. And this is one of the skills in the game actually. Jace's W, which is pretty cool to see.
Oh, that's cool. So he uses the hammer to like blow shit up,
Yeah.
like a force field. I think we'll
Yeah,
get
so-
a Jace. Bob, what do you think? Do you think Bob wants more figures? Do you think we'll get a Jace?
I think so.
I could see a Jace because he's got a suit. Like you could.
You need
it'd be-
that.
I think. Yeah, I think they could do it.
Yeah. And so in the game, the hammer also changes. So it's like a hammer, but it's also like a gun, like this.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think when he started blasting them, he kind of frenzied out because it wasn't like the regular Jace. He's just going haywire with the blasts now.
Yeah.
Dude's even running away until he hits a kid.
That's a
Kid
cool
dies.
shot too.
Thank you, dude.
Echo would be an awesome figure.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Yeah. He would be. I think we'll definitely get an Echo.
An Echo and a Jace. You get the other two. You think you can see?
Yeah, I think so.
And a Heimendinger Grogu accessory pack. I could see it now.
He should come with every figure, like the hammer deal, with turrets. And now he's like, what have I done? It's a kid. Shot him. This is not good. We need to stop this. And so he wants to back down, and Vi wants to continue. Because Jay sees all the people.
All the kids.
caught up
All the
there.
kids affected.
Yeah. He feels remorse. He feels remorse.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's later than this. This is the end, I think. So it's over here that Vi says she wants to continue and she'll keep the Atlas gauntlets. Jace wants to stop her, but doesn't. Then we get to see Caitlin in the shower, but when she leaves the shower, you see the Jinx monkey.
Yeah, that was sick.
Which kind of means that Jinx has been to Caitlin's home because she's been following Vi. So you already know that she's been shimmered up. She's literally been stalking people. She's been stalking Vi. She followed them to Caitlin's home, and now she just drew on the mirror.
Is this the same where you see her? Yeah, that's cool. I love that shot.
Yeah. So you
The
actually
eye
see
light
it.
up.
So yeah. So this is the first time that we see Jinx's eye light up this way. Because before her eyes were always blue. And since she has the shimmer in the system, when she's paranoid or angry or frenzies, it lights up purple.
Yeah, I like that shot. That was cool. This got I loved the last episode for the scenario that they set up. That was very cool.
Yeah.
I'm ready to
this is-
watch season 2 now.
Cool.
Let's go.
Cool. So this is where Vi says she wants to continue, and Jace has remorse and doesn't want to continue. Well,
Take him
leave
off
those
me.
gauntlets. Make me.
Yeah,
And then Jace decides, nah, it's not worth it.
he
I'm not going to
bitched
fight.
out. He's not
You're not
alpha
going to-
enough. He's
you're
not
not-
alpha enough.
No, he just doesn't want any violence. He just says, you won't be able to make it alone.
Ooh.
Okay, this is the
Spoiler.
next episode already. This is 9, I think, right?
Boom. Blitzing through it.
Yeah.
Blitzing. Is it episode? Yeah, it is.
This is 9. Because this is like the
Yeah.
fallout from the kid dying.
Yeah, that's right. And he's Spice. Not Spice. Shimmer.
Guys, you're a man obsessed, dude. You're...
You're a man obsessed.
That's why I said it. But so this is Silco at his spice plant,
Mhm.
and he says, "Oh
pleased.
wow, Piltover is becoming pretty bold. Usually they don't come down here, all because of the treaties that Marcus and the sheriff before Grayson had with Vander and stuff. So at the scene of the crime, or at the scene where the kid was shot by Jace, this Cam Baron says her son, I think it was her son, right? Not a girl. Yeah, it's her son.
Yeah,
Her son
kid,
died,
yeah.
and she says they need to pay. Silco, you need to do something. Silco says Jinx will fix it.
Yeah.
And the Cam Barons seem to be pretty tired of Silco's answer always being Jinx will fix it, because he can't control Jinx. Jinx is on a frenzy, and she kind of does whatever she wants. And also, give him my shield, you don't deserve it. Yeah. And also, Jinx also made Piltover be a lot more violent in Zone because Jinx stole the Chemtech gem. And they're after the Chemtech.
Yeah, she kind of set off the course of events, didn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how because he says something over that chick. He's like, "You already betrayed me somehow." This is like, you know what I mean? Like, in this
Yeah.
scene,
He
I
says
remember-
no, it's later. It's later.
Oh, is that later?
Yeah, it's later. It's with this guy again. Because this guy also chimes in and says you're weak. We see Victor with Sky's glasses. And inside the glasses he sees like a vision of Sky again.
Could have been his love interest.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. He was obsessed with his work and his disease. He grabs her diary and he reads the letter that Sky wrote to Victor, and she actually has some very cool ideas. He hates that the Hextech core killed Sky, so he tries to demolish it with like a chair. I think there's 2 slides of that. Yeah, but he can't.
Yeah,
because he's connected with the Hextech core, and the Hextech core even punishes him after, so he's not allowed to do it.
No, you will not do it.
Yeah, he's like the Hextech core's bitch at the moment. In comes Alpha Predator. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, she's a baller. Just balling.
She is. Not concerned. Mel coming in, slapping the glass. Still not concerned. She says, you need to come with me to Noxus. Things will be okay. But we need the Hextech. We see Victor with Sky's ashes and her diary over at the mill. And just like Jace a few episodes ago, he is now contemplating committing suicide. And just like he came in for Jace, Jace interrupts him trying to commit suicide, and they talk.
Finally comes to see him.
Yeah. So now they talk about they were trying to do good, but in trying to do good, they just lost sight of the goal and of the friendship.
Yeah, I like that scene. That's a good shot too. I like that shot.
Yeah, so I knew you would say it's kind of like the same thing, but it's still a cool shot.
It's a cool shot, yeah.
Yeah. So we see Silco, and the Chemtech Barons have like a meeting with Silco. So it's that guy again, and that kid's mom. And they're kind of saying that Silco's old news and he needs to be replaced, and he's going to die today.
Has he tried to hang on? Did you miss the part where this dude tried to convince Savko to betray him? Has that happened already?
Yeah, it's happened already because this is where Sevka is behind Silco, and she draws a sword, and then you still don't know if she's going to cut Silco. Silco doesn't really know, really. He hopes that he can trust loyalty, but he doesn't know. And then that guy doesn't look too good anymore
Yeah,
because
he
he got
gets
cut
chopped
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that to add context, he came to her in a bar. I think it was at the start of this episode,
Yeah.
and tried
yeah.
to convince her to betray him because he was playing with the lighter, and then he lit her cigarette. Very
Yeah.
ominous. But she's
And
right or
this
die.
is when Silco says, normally I would have your son
That's
killed
right.
for this, but we're already ahead of that.
That was cold.
Yeah, I love
Cold-blooded.
how Sevka just swept him over the table. And this is where Silco asks, were you tempted? Were you actually tempted to kill me? And Sevka says, not for him. So basically she says, if he'd been any better or any more skilled or had more of a brain, I might have been tempted.
Which I like. I thought that was pretty cool. Their relationship.
Yeah. So Silco turns over a letter and he had like an invitation with the House of Talus. So it's probably Jace. So he got an invitation by Jace to meet on the bridge between Zahn and Piltover.
Mm-hmm.
And then they talk about brokering a peace. At first, Silco thinks Jace is weak.
Zavika.
Sevka's a boss. She is. She is. Not as much as Ambessa, but still a boss. Anyway, Silco first blames Jace, and he says he's weak because he's trying to broker a treaty. But Jace just wants peace because he's seen too many bodies and he thinks Zahn will be annihilated in no time by Piltover, and he just wants to spare them. And then Silco comes with like a ludicrous amount of demands. It being a free nation of Zahn, free trade, everything. And Jace just says, give me the gem and Jinx, and it's done.
Why do you have to throw Jinx in there? What a dick.
Dick.
What a dick.
But it makes sense, right? Because they already know that Jinx is behind everything, and they can't. And Jace says we can't broker a peace with the snake and then cut its head off. So we'll need to get Jinx instead of Silco. We see Heimerdinger being introduced to Zahn, which was made by Echo, the boy savior, and Heimerdinger is amazed, and he loves it. And then you have like this Bangarang moment. It just reminded me of Peter Pan.
Like a bat dude. Yeah, he's like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Freaking bat dude. Come on. Who's this guy?
Dude.
Batman.
So,
he's Batman.
And here's where Echo says you don't just give people a home, you give them a place to live. Meaning like it's you need to give people more than only to survive. You need to have a family, they need to have a home.
Yeah, that was cool. That's
Back
a cool.
to Silco.
I like this too.
Dude, I really like this scene.
Yeah, this scene was cool. And I love how Jinx was hiding behind there, right? She was hiding behind there, listening.
Silco is talking to Vander because he's actually broken to peace if he gives up Jinx and the gem. And he says to Vander, this is all I have ever wanted. I just give up so much hassle if I have this peace. So why shouldn't I? And he says it all makes sense now. And with that, he means Vander made the decision to protect the kids and give himself up, broker a peace with Grayson. And this is the point where Silco realizes the predicament Vander was in and why he made the choices he made. And he says something about nothing more, I don't know the word he used anymore, more burdening than a daughter. And
something like that.
With which he kind of meant that the love for a daughter is so much you do anything. But of course, Jinx being paranoid as hell, she just takes it another way as her being like a burden.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah, you see the purple eye lighting up again. Paranoid as hell.
Yeah. She's
So
a freaking psycho, bro. Absolute psycho.
Dude, she is. But we love her. So you have the last drop, which used to be owned by Vander, but now it's Silco's, and you see like the Chemtech suits in front as a guard. What you don't see when you're inside, you see all these guys being popped just by flashes of blue by the Atlas Gauntlet, meaning Vice kick their asses. And I love
That
how
fight
this
is
guy.
epic.
I love how this guy didn't even see Vi come in. So he was just
Yeah.
walking to the jukebox
The
casually,
jukebox is playing some
dancing,
beats.
and then he sees everyone looking at him, and he thinks, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
He started
I'll be
dancing.
honest with you. This episode's a 10 out of 10. This episode was epic.
Oh, dude. So, and this kind of gives like an anime meets a
Mm,
western kind of scene, because it felt
yeah.
like a cowboy show off, but it was drawn like an anime with movement.
And this
So
is their
instead of
second fight, right? Because they already had that
yeah,
first fight.
yeah. But now they're roided up more, both of them.
Mm,
So they have new gadgets. So Sevika has a sword that goes inside her arm, and Vi has the Atlas gauntlets. And I
mm,
love how these just resembles like slugs in a shotgun. And she loads up her
mm,
arm, and she's ready to go. And Vi is ready to go.
mm.
And then you have a cool
They're
fight.
pretty equal. I mean, like Vi's got more of an advantage, you'd think, with two big ass gauntlets, but he still holds her own against her.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like she
But
gives her a
Sevika's more
freaking
experienced in using this, and she has the sword. And I love how in between they take like little breaks, and Vi gets a
yeah,
drink, and then she throws the glass to Sevika, and it's like, okay, we're back on again.
yeah. One of the best, I reckon. This fight was one of the best moments, just
Yeah.
because of the history that they built up already to this point.
Yeah. So the weird thing about these fights is that they have like a mutual respect, and
Mm,
they also it kind of seems like they enjoy it a bit sometimes, but it's also to
they
hit.
definitely do. I think she definitely does.
Yeah. And they also have like new gimmicks or tricks. Like she
Mm,
topples over the pooling table, and she smashes it into Sevika,
yeah,
and then Sevika shows her Jedi lightsaber, because it just
Jedi.
slices through everything, including
Yeah,
Vi's gauntlet. So
yeah.
apparently the outside of the gauntlet is able to reflect it, but when Sevika throws it right through, it just goes right
Mm,
through the gauntlet.
yeah, that's such a cool fight.
So Vi's down. And then what?
I was just gonna say the show, you know how it says when you watch on Netflix, it says like blood and gore MA. There's actually not that much blood or gore in it.
No, not that
I
much.
wouldn't even really say there's any gore. It's just more like some violence and blood.
Yeah, so it's pretty
So it's not-
strict. If you use red blood, it's already like Peggy 16 or something.
Mm. Yeah, it's interesting. I just made me think of it because the whole series, I'm thinking, is there going to be like brutal, like violence? But there never is. It's just there's violence, but it's not like
Yeah.
over the top.
Yeah.
Um,
True.
which is fine. I don't want brutal, but I just thought that because when you see the rating gore, I'm like, gore? That's like what you put on for
Yeah, so
like,
red blood is gore. That's basically
yeah,
basically yeah.
weak,
Marcus
soft.
was gore. Marcus was gore.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's down, and then she gets like a vision from Vander, talking her up and giving her like a pep talk. And after that, she's
Jedi
good to go.
Ghost. Yeah,
And
Force Ghost.
Force Ghost. Exactly, Force Ghost. And Sevika puts in new slugs, so she's back up just to finish the job. So she's actually going to finish the job. And then Vi needs to get back up. And this is like a father talking to a daughter, being proud as hell. But also telling her, get moving. You need to work.
Yeah. Probably one of my favorite whole sequences, this fight. Definitely.
Yeah. So I really need to have a lot of pictures of this fight, because if I didn't, then Alvin would say just for the fight. Like a year. So I need to.
He
have
would never let it go.
Especially this
He
is
actually
fun.
holds a grudge. He holds a grudge. He'd never let it go. He still holds a grudge.
He would
Wait till
just
we
write
do-
it down in the next slides for the next episode, I think. Just for the fight.
Yeah,
Just to get back at us. So
he would.
Vi is at her pep talk from Vander, but she's down one gauntlet, so she can only use her left gauntlet. Vander says, your guard needs some work, which she does, and she finds out that the Atlas gauntlet has another function, which is a shield, which gets Sevika off guard, and then she grabs her Sevika's arm, which she doesn't like because it's ripped off. And
I
now
want to
Sevika's
add
down
there,
one arm.
they did a great job of. They did do a great job because earlier in the series, they tell that she's having a conversation with someone. They say you block with your chin.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So
Echo
it's like a
says you
little
still
growth.
block with your face. You
Yeah,
punch like a
so
girl. You still block with your
what-
face.
What a growth moment, because that tells you this is the depth of the storytelling. And look, I don't know if you understand, Anthony, but let me just explain the depth of the storytelling here. The fact that they set that up, that she doesn't do defense, and then through the beauty of this fight, she finally realizes that the tools she has actually has defense, which is what helps her win the fight. Ultimate storytelling, mic drop. You're welcome.
Yeah, so this is one of the minor things that makes it deep. Literally. Things coming back is not what
You're
makes it deep.
welcome.
Character oh, dude. Play the no one. That's me. Nope. Nope.
No.
That's Regis. Okay, so
Okay.
Vi
Sorry. Yes.
meets Sevika,
Back.
and she wants to go to Silco, and then Jinx, being the stalker that she is, she whacks Vi.
Yeah, that's cool. She's so evil. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah, true.
Classic. Oh, why is it always the left arm that gets chopped off and replaced with the middle one? Good question, Renz. I think
Yeah.
that's Renz doing a bit of a Hawkeye moment right there. Is that I think that was perfect timing.
True. So this is like a tragic part because
Yes.
Jace has just broken peace with Silco.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought Victor
Mhm.
because he's also from Zone and he's partner, and he's mending the friendship with Victor again.
So we just need to chop your arm off and get you a new one. That's no
I don't
problem.
want a metal
Big
arm. Anyway, so Jace wants to convince the council that they really need to make peace,
Mhm.
and they should oblige all of the ludicrous wishes that Silco has.
Which is great storytelling. This last part, I will not tease. It's great storytelling how they build these guys up to finally make a change, and then good old Jinx ruins everything. But
She
yeah, we'll
does.
get there.
She
Right.
does.
Proceed.
So they put it to a vote. Of course, Mel votes. Things are so heated up that they even spill their wine, which I thought was brilliant. Like a brilliant way to show that it's like rich people playing war games or playing Games of Thrones, and they're upset. They're so upset that they even throw their wine.
How dare they?
Yeah. So these guys, they're upset because they'll lose their trades. Mom is upset. This guy's upset because he also has trades. And
Mhm.
Mel thinks of separating herself from the Madara family. So she puts down the ring of the Madara clan. Meanwhile, back at the Mad Hatter's tea party, we see Vi
Again.
again. Madness season 3. So Vi's tied up. And this is where Silco betrayed Vander,
Mhm.
and Jinx has tied up Vi. And she's asking if they can really be sisters. And Vi needs to make a choice. So now you see the tea party that Jinx has set up. You see Silco being bound with a gag also. You see fake Milo, fake Clagger, Mr. Bunny, and Silco can't talk.
This is my favorite, my entire favorite, like whole moment from the show so far. I love it.
Cool.
It's
Because
cool
this is
last
like the pivotal moment where Jinx makes Vi choose between Caitlyn and her, basically.
Yep.
And this moment was pretty cruel, especially when you say you're going to
Yeah.
have gore, because
That was sweet.
yeah,
love
she
that.
says, "Oh, we're missing a person," and then she
Mm.
comes with this. How do you call it? This one, like the
Like
dish
a platter.
something.
Yeah, it's like a. I don't know
Dish
the
bowl?
name. Anyone in the chat?
Yeah, so
Anyone in
it
the
kind
chat
of
helps out.
makes you feel like there's at least one body part of Caitlyn
Mm.
coming off there, and she says, "Oh, I'm not that crazy," but Vi also thought so. She thought it's
Yeah,
going
I
to
love
be
that.
like
That
Caitlyn's
was
head.
sick. That was sick.
She's afraid,
Yeah.
and she says, "I'm not that crazy," and she made a cupcake, which is funny
Yeah.
because Vi also always calls a cupcake.
Mm.
Now, Jinx basically says, "Kill Caitlyn, and I'll become powder again with a little happy face, or I'll become Jinx, or I'll stay Jinx with the grenade on the plate and the slugs." And she literally tries to manipulate her into picking to choose.
She's kooky dukes.
You can have
Definitely
powder
kooky.
back, and she gives her a gun.
But can you though?
Can you though?
Can you though?
I like the smile on the mask.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
So Vi won't choose, and then Jinx is aiming to shoot Caitlyn.
Yeah, that's sick. This whole sequence of her making her choose. See,
Yeah.
okay, this reminds me of
Billions.
like the action sequence with Vi and Sevica was like the big action sequence to end the first season, but the real finale, much like Civil War, if you think about it, the big airport fight is the big action sequence, but then the more intimate fight between Cap and Tony is a more impactful ending. That's how I felt about this whole moment of tension and making them choose was way more effective than a big action fight at the end. So I love how they did the big action fight a bit sooner, between someone that they'd built relationships up between, and then they hit us with a more intimate, more, I guess, I don't know what's the word. It was just more impactful because of the character's story. I think for a finale, which was epic.
Yeah. So Jinx hears all of these voices, because that's what Jinx gets in her head when things get more difficult. And she shoots fake Milo, and after she shoots fake Milo, a glass falls on a table, which Caitlyn sees and uses to free herself. Caitlyn then threatens Jinx with Pow Pow, the minigun. And this is like a Mexican standoff. Jinx having Zap in her hand and Caitlyn having Pow Pow. Kind of shoot each other. Caitlyn is firing up the minigun, and Vice screams her to stop, and Caitlyn actually stops.
I love the animation and the setting of the scene, this whole scene, just the lighting, everything. It's awesome.
I like how Jinx is playing innocent at the moment. She's developing into like a master manipulator, and then being like Jinx again. So this is where you see the shimmer taking effect, because she's fast as hell after that. Lukaku is a cold-blooded killer, dude.
That's cold-blooded, bro.
He would have gotten them both in one shot.
I feel like after he said that, he would have done. I feel like that's what he would have done. Woo! Yeah, for Jinx, yeah. Do it. Kill them all.
And she whacks Caitlyn with Pow Pow.
Yeah.
So Caitlyn is out, basically.
Again.
And Jinx gets excited. So it's like a fun thing. In the game, after you kill someone, Jinx gets excited, and she's like
Mhm.
hyper quick. It's the same thing
Mhm.
here. And then she
Yeah, because
hears
she moves super fast, right? She moves super
yeah,
fast to get that gun off her.
yeah. And then she hears Silco in her one ear, which is like the part that's saying that Vi just wants to jam and wants Caitlin, and we can be together, and it's us against the world. And it's Vi in the other ear saying we can be sisters again.
Mm.
F Silco, F Josh.
If you go back to Silco for a second, that reminds me like he's whispering like Boys to Men in her ear or something. Oh baby, baby. That's the impression
Do the
I
no
got.
one. Do the no one. No. No. No.
No.
I feel like he's whispering sweet nothings to her there. Oh baby.
She's hearing Silco and Vi, and she's going. She hears all the voices again, which she sees Milo because Vi is yelling her. She's trying to remind Jinx of Powder, so she's
Mhm.
trying to have her remind Clagger of Milo and the rest, which doesn't go well for Jinx, of course.
Yeah.
Evander, and then she gets the voices again. And when that happens, Silco thinks, oh shit, I'm going to lose Jinx.
Mhm.
So he shoots. Which Jinx.
Wait, who does he go to shoot again? I can't remember. Did he tries to shoot
Yeah,
Vi,
so
right?
what happens,
Yeah.
because what happens, Vi is making Jinx remember the old clan, trying to lure her back into Powder. So Silco's thinking, I'm going to lose this battle, so he's going to shoot Vi. And when that
That's right.
happens, Jinx gets protected of Vi. She loads a Pow Pow and she kills Silco, basically.
Can't believe she did that. The betrayal.
So it's not
The
betrayal.
betrayal.
So what you've seen over and over again is that Powder and Jinx get mental breakdowns. It happened when Vi left Powder the first time. She gets a mental breakdown, and when she gets a mental breakdown, she goes in like a frenzy. So it's not her shooting Silco as a betrayal. It's just her going to a frenzy, being protective of Vi. And now she realizes what she's done.
Yeah, tell that to the people. Like when people are, I'm sure that happens to people in real life. Tell that to the people that are freaking dead because of him. Oh, it's not her. You know, she just went into a frenzy. Oh, well, no, you're dead now. But you know, sorry, I'm just crazy. She literally killed him.
No.
She killed him.
Look,
he raised her. The betrayal. Okay. Oh, you're sad now. Tough titties. He's dead.
After this, she casually walks behind the chair that said Jinx, and she taps it with the gun, making the choice that she's becoming Jinx now. So Powder's dead. And Jinx is there.
Jinx is in town. That's a cool shot too.
And then she says, I need to take care of something. And she takes the Hextech gem. And I think Vi knows that something goes wrong, but I don't think she actually knows what's going on, because she's never seen the Hextech gem being put into Pow Pow yet. So after Jinx puts the Hextech gem in there, Pow Pow changes into Fishbones, which is the rocket launcher. So you see the minigun is changed into the rocket launcher.
So cool.
And she aims for Piltover, of course. We don't want it. They're brokering peace.
I love that. I love that they're finally deciding to make a change.
Yeah.
Jace is winning. He's convinced everybody to broker a peace, and then at the same time, that was beautiful. Beautiful story.
So Mel voted for, and then you have like the Dragon Ball Z. We're going to kill the planet in 5 minutes, and it takes like a long time.
I love that. I love how they did that. I love how they drew it out and they were cutting between the two. That I think was perfect.
Yeah, because the rocket is already going, and then there's an extra vote for peace. Not a vote for peace. Not a vote for peace. Salo for peace. The rocket's still going. This is Caitlyn's mom voting for peace, and Jace thinks we finally did it.
I'm a baller. No.
But the rocket's still going. And then we see the Solari armor from Mel activating, and we don't know what it is yet, but it
Hmm.
does. And
And
then
then she looks
there's
around,
nobody.
right? She sees it coming.
No, she doesn't
Yeah,
see it
see-
coming, because this is like her back. And it
Doesn't
just
she turn
fires up.
around though?
It
Doesn't she
just
turn
fires
around
up.
and see it at the last minute?
Yeah, but it fires up without her knowing, because the rocket's coming.
That's cool. How the frick does the armor know how to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll find out.
just yeah. Oh, okay. I will find out. Okay.
You'll
Okay.
find out.
Yeah,
That's
definitely my favorite
the one.
episode. Yeah, definitely my favorite episode. I loved the whole sequence there, and the fact from the fight onwards, it was on. Like from the fight in the bar to then that whole sequence, Jay's convincing everybody. I thought that was masterful.
Yeah, because that's story, and I think you
That
like
was beautiful. I restored balance.
balance, perfectly balanced, as everything could be.
Mm-hmm. So, that was your last picture?
Dude, yeah,
You smashed it.
I think it was
Typing
like
on this side.
I-
Was that 400 slides? Surely
it
you
was a
skipped
lot of
a few.
slides. It was a lot of slides. No, I just did everything that was
Surely.
on here. I don't think it's 400, but I think it's 200 or something.
Damn, that's a lot. I tell you what, I'm excited. I've been waiting. Like I would have watched season 2 this week, but I'm trying to literally watch it week by week. So
Cool.
I've literally been waiting to watch the start of season 2.
Oh, cool, dude. Oh, hi. Yeah.
Because
I don't know how to do this yet.
finale, I'm like, when I finish watching the finale, I'm like, oh, I've got to see what happens next. But they're like, no, stay disciplined. I will
Nope.
wait.
Nope.
Oh, I
Nope.
decided to wait. So we've got stuff to do today. We've got such a busy weekend. But after pray tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow, I want to start I'll start season 2 because I got to know what happens. Does it pick up straight after that, or
Yeah.
are we having another
Yeah.
time jump? It does. Okay, cool. I thought episode 9 was a great culmination of everything getting to that point, and they did do a good job of getting everybody to that point. I was sad to see Silco die, even though I don't know why I was sad to see him die. I felt
Because
bad
he was
for
a
him.
cool character.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, like especially after his talk to like by the statue, and then he's trying to make peace, and like his love for this girl ended up killing him in the end.
Yeah.
And if he'd just listened to everybody else who told him that she was crazy, he'd still be alive.
As a dad, you should respect that, dude.
I respect that. Ride or die. But like, I want to see her haunted. Like, she's so tragic. She should be haunted for killing him now. She has to be haunted for that. She kills everybody. She's a freaking jinx.
And yet we love her.
I just love her because I like interesting characters like that.
Yeah.
Like the chaos. That's what creates. They create compelling stories because they're crazy. I think they do a good job. At first, I thought she's a little Harley Quinnish, but then over time, I think they did it. I appreciated more.
Yeah, so you get more of the fact that you get the powder side. I think that adds to the Harley Quinnish side. But also Harley Quinn is like chaotic neutral, and here you get the sense of all the voices shouting inside her head, which is different also.
Yeah, like she had a mental break when Vi left her.
Yeah.
That was
every time that she's left or she thinks she's betrayed, she gets like a mental breakdown.
Yeah. I think I really enjoyed that. I am going to watch the rest of the making of the first season.
Cool. But look up 50 lessons from the writers of Arcane, how we wrote Arcane. Look that up because it's more about the character-driven part of the series and not the story and the plot.
Yeah, okay. I will. I'll check that out. I love going through extras of shows or making ofs once I finish something. I tend to always do that, actually.
Well, I love in The Last of Us how they did they did like an own podcast.
Yeah, the podcast. I hope that they do it for season 2. I mean, we've got to look. This is the year of the rundown. There's so many things coming. We got Captain America next month. Gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Got love for Cap. Got Last of Us season 2. There's I know there's more. There's like
How did
6
it
Marvel
drop?
projects.
Do you remember how did it drop? Did it drop one episode at a time or the whole series?
Uh,
I don't remember.
Was it the whole series? No, it was week by week. It was week by week.
Cool. I like
Yeah,
that
it
for
was week by
rundown.
week. Yeah, I think they might have done 2 episodes at the start. Like they dropped the first 2 episodes and then it went to week by week.
Maybe.
Because we did it week by week.
Yeah.
It was drawn out of the week by week. And then I think is Andor season 2 this year as well? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think it might be as well. And that we want to talk about masterful storytelling. That's one of the best. They did the podcast.
Oh, dude, I didn't see it.
Really?
Yeah, I did see House of the Dragon, but I didn't see the podcast.
Oh. I think that's the way the future goes.
Cool.
Podcasts accompanying shows, I think, is definitely the way of the future.
I love that.
For sure. Especially if you're into, like we are, into stories and storytelling and the creating of, especially for just I like hearing how people come up with these things and how they make them happen because it's such a task to get things made.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. They didn't do anything like that for Arcane though, did they? Or like an after show or anything?
I don't think there's an official one, but there are podcasts talking about Arcane, which are like 1 or 2 hours every episode, I think. But I don't think they're official podcasts, but I'm not sure.
Okay, just people like us talking about it. Interesting. I will say that Vi figure looks phenomenal. I thought the it's like seamless too, right? So it looks awesome.
Yeah, but of course I talk with Often about it, and he still needs a red suit version of Vi because it's like the main suit you see in season 1
in the game,
and it looks cool.
Yeah. Surely someone will make it. Bob's here. Bob will figure it out.
Bob will figure it out, probably.
He'll chef it up. He
just butchered up the J&D Joker for a nurse Joker.
Yeah.
So he'll probably butcher up Vi as well.
Yeah, if you need the red jacket. Actually, I need to ask Bob if you're still here. You got that Org Toys Paul Atreides, the suit, and you put the in-art head on it. Do you know anywhere who still may have or sell that suit? The one from the first film when he's with his father. If you can you hit me up?
Maybe just go to Giant Toy or TNS Figures.
Giant. Okay, I haven't looked at them.
TNS Figures, maybe, because usually after Giant Toy sold out, TNS Figures still has some.
Okay, I looked at a few sites and I couldn't find it at all, but I did not look at those.
Maybe secondhand now that in-art is coming or has dropped.
Maybe, because it was an Org Toys.
Yeah,
it was the company I think who did the suit. Yeah, I want to do that because I do have 2 Paul Atreides now. Call me crazy.
You're insane, dude.
So I've got an extra head sculpt because I want one I want both head sculpts on display. I'm going to get sand. I'm going to create a whole thing. Got my sand thumpers. I got 2 sand thumpers now. Look, it all makes sense. Oh, he's still here. Both of you posing masters need these figures. Definitely.
We do.
That's a calling sign.
Listen, Arcane.
Yes. So I need to find that Paul Org Toys because then I'll have Paul in his suit with his father with the in-art head sculpt, and then I'll have one with the mask and everything going through the sand, and then I'll have him with his hands with the ring, kiss the ring, and the head sculpt done. That's what I need. These guys agree. Oh, you're a legend. Cool. I haven't been able to find it anywhere.
You're a legend, dude.
He is a legend.
Yeah.
John got more deep.
More deep.
More. I'm going to create a whole sand display somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it just because. And then when they drop Chani, boom, I'll have a Chani to go with the pole. And then when they drop Elvis, I'll have Elvis to battle against the other pole. Boom, boom, boom. Big display. Fantastic. Well, I'm excited for season 2. So
Cool.
I can't wait to watch the first 3 episodes of season 2. It's still 9 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Just like the first season.
Act 1,
Fantastic.
Act 2, Act 3 again.
Now, when it comes to slides, let's just establish this now so we have witnesses. You often gets the pictures. Do you want me to do the slides? But if I do it, it's going to be like 10 to 12, maybe more. Maybe, what if I commit to 15 or 20? That's 60 pictures, 60 images
better.
of
That's
3
better.
episodes to go through. Oppen's in the house now. What's up?
Yeah, I'm not made to do slides, dude.
Yeah, you're fired. And I'm scheduling the next stream to start half an hour later.
Yeah, do it, dude.
Right?
But if I don't have to do anything, it's not a problem. It's just only when I have to do something that
All right, everybody. This is let's establish this. We'll schedule it for the same time next week. But if Anthony's late, I'm bumping it to 6. I'm bumping it half an hour later.
The pressure, dude. The pressure.
Yep. Just got to be on time. Be on time, and then we'll stay at 5:30. We'll do the slides. If you're late again, I'm getting.
We can do a quarter 2, dude. We can do a quarter 2 and just be right in the
I don't know how
middle.
I feel about that. Bob, you are the man. Bob's just sending me links already. How did you find it that quick?
Oh, such an
Good.
angel.
I
1/6
can't find things
angel.
that quickly. God damn it. 9 episodes, 15,000 slides.
Let's fucking go.
Thanks, Bob. I'll have a look after the stream. I'm gonna do a Paula Trades. Just rub it into Anthony. I'm just gonna keep doing it. Okay, so next week, season 2, episodes 1, 2, and 3. You guys should go back, rewatch the episodes. Even if you've seen it, maybe you can find some things that me and Anthony don't find that you could bring up in the chat for us, because I'm now hyped for season 2, especially after finishing season 1. I'm in. I'm all in. I'm just going to challenge you because I think it's fun on certain things. That's a bit of entertainment.
Do it, dude. Do it.
Just to challenge you, because also I'm scarred for you dissing Dune, so I'm never going to let that go. I'm never going to let you forget that, and I'm always going to attack you now because of that. Just so you know. I'm just looking for something here. Where is it?
What are you looking for?
Where is it? Where is it?
Okay, dude, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Next week, season 2, episodes 1, 2, and 3. Check out my new podcast, Create the Courage podcast, because I'm going to be dropping another episode this week. I have an interview with a gentleman named Blake. Hopefully, we've locked it in, so hopefully he's good to go. He just filmed a movie with Jack Reacher. He's an actor. He's just filmed a movie in New Zealand with the guy who plays Jack Reacher, Alan Richard. So I'm going to definitely ask him about that.
Yeah.
So that should be a good one, an exciting one, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully by that release, maybe Thursday, Friday this coming week. But other than that, check out our channels, get your poses on, pose your figures, have fun with your displays, watch Arcane. We'll see you next week. Everybody, thanks for being here. We appreciate you all, especially for putting up with us and our just for putting up with us, I guess. One more time. No, I have an outro set. Tell me, I got to know, because I set Waleed as the outro. So when I hit end stream, let us know. Anthony, anything you want to share? Or no?
Nothing much,
I'm
dude.
hitting end stream.
See you next time.
Ending stream. See you next week. Peace.